That was awesome.
Thank you very much.
Making me jealous. Okay, so I have a few questions for you.
Shoot.
So, what inspired you to not only play guitar, but expand your genre beyond that of mainstream?
Well, I'm not gonna lie. When I first started playing guitar, I was into mainstream music, but as my musical tastes grew and as I kind of got more into the guitar playing world, I realized that I wanted to play something that was a little bit more challenging. And I mean, you know, it's the genre of metal or what we play isn't really accessible in the media today. So I mean, it was tricky to get into it because I was kind of like, is this really going to go anywhere, or I'm just going to be playing guitar by myself? But yeah, it's really challenging, and I think that it opens up a lot of doors. So I mean, that's why I decided to do this and not pop music and stuff like that. But don't get me wrong, like as a musician, I listen to everything. So
awesome. So how long have you been performing or even playing?
I'm 25 now. I've been playing guitar for about 12 to 13 years, so half my life basically, give or take. And with the band that I'm in right now, I've been with them for 2 years roughly. So with them, yeah, 2 years solid. We've been playing together.
Okay, so what do you see as your future in music and with your band?
Well, as every band, everyone always wants to get signed and stuff like that. But especially with the guys that I'm making music with, we don't think that being signed is you know, the greatest thing. So a lot of bands think that being signed is the be-all and end-all of the music industry, you know. And in today's day and age, I think that if you're an independent artist, you kind of have the leniency to go a little further, per se, because a lot of the label people are, well, they kind of try to control you, you know. And it's like, yeah, you might get the backup from a label, and they'll kind of put you on the nice shows and the nice tours and stuff. But at the end of the day, it's like, do you really want to be comfortable? Are you going to be comfortable with yourself, and are you, you know, is the integrity of the music you're making still there, you know, or is it just to make a quick buck, you know? And that really determines whether you're a musician or just someone that wants to make money playing music.
Awesome. So what are your influences? What influences you?
Well, just because I'm in a metal band doesn't necessarily mean that I'll only listen to metal. I mean, I do, and sometimes it does get a bit too much because I mean, you can only handle so much aggressive music in a day, right? But no, I listen to everything, everything from like Coldplay to Tupac, and that's hip hop. You know, it's not even in the genre of music that I'm playing. Stuff like Gorillaz and like you know, like Foo Fighters and stuff. And this is just music that kind of hits off on a lot of the genres. And I just, you know, like I said before, as a musician, you kind of got to appreciate all forms of music, even though you may not be playing them or you may not be creating that kind of genre per se. But yeah, I mean, you got to take something from everything, right? Because everything that's out there now came from something, you know.
Exactly. So summer is right around the corner, like everyone knows. And what are your plans? Are you going to go into the studio? Are you going to be touring?
Well, aside from everyone in the band working their butts off to make all the money they can this summer, yeah, we're actually we recently got attention from a booking agent who used to be our promoter, and he actually started up his own booking agency, and he wants to put us on so that he can book tours and shows for us, which is kind of cool because it's a summertime. A lot of kids don't really have much going on, and they want, you know, they're making all this money, and they want to spend it on something tangible and you know, a good experience. So a lot of shows is what we plan on doing. We just finished all the instruments for our EP. Just got to lay some vocals down, and hopefully once that's out in the summer, we'll be playing a lot of shows and pushing that thing, and hopefully, you know, sky's the limit from there.
All right, very cool. So are you going to stick around and play one more time for us later on in the show?
Oh, most definitely.
All right, awesome. Okay, so in our next story, two unlikely forces collide. Raising the Roof, which is an organization that helps the homeless, and a handful of metal bands in the local Toronto area got together to expand the awareness of poverty in the city.
On February 12, 2009, Echelons Above Entertainment, a group of bands and local sponsors gathered to raise money and awareness for the rising number of homeless people in Toronto. This event was called Raising the Roof, Cranking Up the Volume.
All right, well, we're Echelons Above Entertainment. I'm Andy Hawk.
Anthony Positano.
Yeah, we're just an event production and promotions company. We also dabble in band development and artist direction, help them achieve goals and, you know, set out objectives to reach higher levels in their business. Well, it was a long process in the planning for that one. We actually had a lot of sponsors involved, so there was a lot of work to get everything organized for that end. It was just it came about as an idea that Anthony had at first, and then we just all collaborated to expand on it and kept growing into something bigger and bigger.
It was just, yeah, just setting up the events, like an idea is up in a portion that would make sense. Like all the ideas just up in the middle, but then we're looking for something like besides sick kids or anything else and nobody's done before. So kind of click like raising the roof as well as the toques, which was winter, which helped out a lot for the event.
Yeah, and then after we had raising the roof's involvement confirmed, it just that blew it up
Yeah, it
huge.
just went one after another.
Yeah, so then they gave us the toques to start selling, and it just, you know, it added a good legitimate factor to it. So, and it was also good because we could help out a good charity that's been plugging away for a long time, and they're Toronto based as well, so it's helping out our hometown, you know.
Basically, the dudes from echelons above came into Condom Shack looking for sponsors for their party, and we really like charity and we like Queen Street community, so we figured we'd support. And then once Adrenaline and Steve's music were on board, we jumped on board as well. I think people that are maybe not involved in this music scene, like whether it's like punk rock or hardcore or metal, I think a lot of people not involved probably think that it's just kids playing music and they don't actually care about what's going on in the world. So I think it's important to get like a bunch of, you know, metalheads supporting causes. It's a good idea. Well, we had gift certificates that we were giving away, but we had to make people do fun stuff to get them. We took our inflatable doll, Pamela Blow, who's like a rocker inflatable doll. She has a guitar and everything. And we made people have sex with her, simulate sex with her, I should say. And whoever was the most impressive with their positions and adventure, you know, won. And Neil won because he did the Eiffel Tower with one of the other dudes in his band, I believe.
First out of this type of fundraiser that was like a metal show, like you know, with bands and stuff. That it's not something that they normally do, but it was I don't know, it sounded really cool, and just figured why not? It's a good cause. So.
Businesses that want to associate themselves with this kind of positive message, I guess. And you know, it's just better on you because like these sponsors are fronting up the venues for you to play at. You know, when people see these kind of places backing up money, they're more, you know, it's credible. They're like, you know, these guys aren't just blowing steam. They're actually legit, and they, you know, are putting a decent effort. A lot of people think that people that play this genre of music are there's always these stereotypes about them, always like playing music or writing lyrics or presenting music as a whole. That's just like very negative because, you know, it just so happens that someone's screaming or the music's loud and stuff. But if you actually, you know, just sit back and kind of read what they're saying and actually check out a lot of these bands, they're actually talking about a lot of positive stuff. And we thought it was a perfect opportunity for us to jump on something like that, which gave kind of a positive vibe to that kind of bad stereotype to this kind of music, because you know, a lot of people do have that preconceived notion about this kind of music, and we definitely thought that this was something that would kind of help maybe push people to be a little bit more open-minded. That, you know, it's this kind of charity, or charity itself isn't geared towards one type of demographic. You know, like if you want to help someone, you should be given the opportunity to help someone.
Thank you. We are storming their shores from Scarborough, Ontario. Whatever. Please give a round of applause for raising the roof. As one person that started off, thank you very much. It's a great cause, and we're happy to play this show.